I'm Doug.
And I'm Damon.
And we want to buy your house.
Let Sellers Advantage show you how we can give you more.
No fees, no commissions, and no repairs. Just a fair cash offer that can close in just a few days.
Check out our Google reviews.
And call Sellers Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Live from the Emmys, September 15th, starting at 3, only on KTLA 5.
I'm Omar Lewis telling you about a Georgia father and his teenage son appearing in court this morning. They're both charged in the shooting at a high school that killed 4 people and wounded several others. We'll tell you why prosecutors are looking at adding new charges. That's coming up next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lou Parker in for Frank Buckley this morning. 2 people fighting for their lives after a small plane went down in a South Bay community. Details on what happened just ahead.
And good morning, I'm Annie Rose Ramos in San Bernardino County, where the line fire continues to grow. Now over 500 acres and just keeps spreading, prompting evacuation warnings for neighborhoods just like the one I'm standing in. We'll talk to residents coming up soon.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. A popular flooring company suddenly announcing it will be closing all of its stores with liquidation sales going on now. We're going to tell you more about that coming up.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Ginger Chan with exclusive Universal Studios Hello Kitty items. We have the store is open to us, the gift bags that all those waiting in line are going to be receiving, or at least the first 50. We're going to, of course, show you the store, the goodies here, the stuff you can only get here, and all the yummies and the goodies thanks to Hello Kitty and friends.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dana Devin. Coming up, Baywatch beauty Brandy Roderick joins us to talk about her directorial debut and new movie, Wineville. I'll have it for you coming up in the Entertainment Report. Stay tuned.
Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm Kirk Hawkins filling in for Mark Kriske. It's National Bring Your Manners to Work Day, but enough about advice for Dana Devin. Let's talk about your forecast. We're talking about triple-digit heat, excessive heat warnings. The heat wave continues, especially this weekend. We're seeing 85 along the coast, 104 in downtown LA, 118 in the San Fernando Valley. That is not a typo. Orange County inland areas, 103. 113 in the Inland Empire, in the high desert, 108. Lou, back to you.
Breaking news this morning out of Bel Air, where a burglary investigation is underway, and Rich Prickett above it all in Sky 5. Rich.
Lou and Jessica, LAPD just now taking this armed intruder into custody. He entered a home in the Bel Air area off of Bellagio. And you can see they're just now taking him into custody. The call came out just after 9 a.m. this morning from a housekeeper or a nanny that was within this home saying that somebody was inside, possibly armed. So LAPD showed up here in force. They quickly surrounded the home, went inside, and was able to take out at least one individual that was not supposed to be inside the home. Whether or not he was armed, we just don't know as of yet. No injuries reported here, but some good news here for residents as an armed intruder is now being taken into custody. Live in Sky 5, I'm Rich Prickett. I'll send it back to you in Hollywood.
Okay, Rich, appreciate that. Thank you. We begin here with a developing story in the Inland Empire. Driver rushed to the hospital last night after his vehicle was struck by gunfire on the 91 freeway in Riverside. The California Highway Patrol arrived just before 6 o'clock to find a car with 2 windows shot out and a bullet hole through the back passenger door. The person inside was suffering from injuries. It's unclear if he was shot or suffered cuts from the broken glass. Happened in the eastbound lanes near the Arlington exit. Still not clear what led up to the shooting.
Breaking news from Georgia. The 14-year-old boy charged with shooting and killing 4 people at his school appeared in court for the first time today. The child went before a judge this morning, and the boy's father also went before the same judge. He is now also charged in connection with that shooting. KTLA 5's Omar Lewis live in our newsroom with all the details. Good morning, Omar.
Yeah, good morning, Lou. The judge told 14-year-old Colt Gray he now faces the possibility of life in prison without parole. His father, Colin Gray, also appeared in the same courtroom today, marking the first time in Georgia that prosecutors are holding a parent responsible for their children's actions in a school shooting. Colt Gray will be tried as an adult on 4 counts of murder. He sat next to his lawyer this morning during that brief of court hearing. The judge told him the charges he's now facing, which includes 4 counts of felony murder. His lawyer declined to seek bail, and the boy did not enter a plea today. Meanwhile, his father, 54-year-old Colin Gray, also appeared in that same courtroom a short time later. He was arrested yesterday and charged with 4 counts of second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and cruelty to children. Colin Gray faces a maximum of 180 years in prison if convicted on all counts, and did not enter a plea today either. Now, according to the father's arrest warrant, Colin Gray allegedly gave his son an AR-style rifle as a Christmas present, despite having knowledge that his son was a threat to himself and others. Deputies say the boy shot and killed 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachian High School in Winder, Georgia on Wednesday, where he had just started his freshman year last month. 9 others were wounded. They are expected to make a full recovery. Meanwhile, today, the district attorney said Colt Gray will be facing additional charges and explained why.
When he was taken into custody on Wednesday, we did not have the identities or the conditions of the other victims, so we were not able to charge on those offenses. So when the evidence comes in and they've been able a chance to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually, we will get with them, and there will be additional charges that address the other victims in the case.
And we can tell you this morning, teachers at Appalachian High School were able to alert authorities by pressing a panic button on their school badges. That alert system was put into place at the school just a week ago and may have saved more lives during Wednesday's deadly shooting. As for the case against Colton Gray, he will have another arraignment hearing once those new charges are filed, and then the case goes before a grand jury, which is set to meet sometime next month. That's the latest for now. Live in the newsroom this morning, I'm Omar Lewis. Jessica, Lou, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Omar, appreciate that. Thank you. Developing news out of Hawthorne. 2 people have been hospitalized in critical condition after a Cessna-type plane crashed overnight, happening just after 12:30 this morning on the 4400 block of West El Segundo Boulevard outside of Town Place Suites. Witnesses say they rushed to get the passengers to safety as flames overtook the aircraft. Fortunately, no one on the ground was hurt. Plane had just left Hawthorne Municipal Airport when it crashed 2 miles away. It was registered in Culver City, but it's still unclear where it was going. The FAA and NTSB are investigating the cause of the crash.
A growing wildfire threatening homes in the Inland Empire. It's burning near Highland. KTLA 5's Annie Rose Ramos joins us live with the latest on the firefight amid all this dangerous hot temperatures. Hi, Annie Rose.
Hey, Lou, it's 100 degrees here this morning, and we know it's only going to get hotter. Residents telling us they came home yesterday to 118-degree heat. Now that fire, now over 500 acres burned and just keeps getting bigger. I'm standing in East Highland Estates. This is one of the neighborhoods that has had under an evacuation warning, and we're going to show some video of what those residents were looking at overnight. Residents standing out here. I want to bring in Ian. Hi, thank you so much for joining us. You have been outside on this street. You live right behind where we're standing, watching that ridge, watching that fire. And we're going to show some of that video of what you were watching last night, but talk us through it. You were saying 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That's when things got scary.
Yeah, we got home about 11 o'clock last night from Anaheim area, and when we were coming up the street, we're getting text messages. I was at a show, and during the show I got like 43 text messages, so I started heading home. I got home around 10:30, 11. Yeah. Cars all up and down the street for miles and miles watching it. You had the whole canyon here was on fire. You had like 20-foot flames coming up. I estimate from a distance. And it was overwhelming. Tons and tons of ash in the air.
You said your wife at that point started getting the bags in place, packing a bag.
Yeah, as soon as we got home, she started putting the belongings together and memories and stuff, putting them all as much as she could into a Boomba bag and heading out. And then she stayed ready kept the family ready till like 2:30 in the morning. Just waiting and pretty much at any moment to get a notice from the fire and sheriff to evacuate immediately with sirens.
You're under an evacuation warning now. We can see the fire. We can't see it. There's a chopper right there coming over. They've been going every couple seconds. We've been seeing another chopper, another spotter plane.
You know, where are you now in terms of evacuation? You think you're going to do it or just hang tight and watch it?
We're just minute by minute, really. We're just waiting to hear from the authorities and what we need to do and how to respond. So everybody's just kind of hovering around their house, just waiting for the call, really.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ian. Appreciate it. And that's exactly what people do. They're standing outside their home. They're standing on the street here that you see that I'm standing on, just waiting and watching to see if that fire breaches this ridge. Reporting live, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, we'll continue to follow that this morning. Annie Rose, thank you. 2 16-year-old boys have been arrested, and a third is facing charges for causing the 600-acre Hawarden fire in Riverside. Police say the boys were setting off illegal fireworks that ignited the fire on July 21st, southwest of the Sycamore Canyon Wilderness Park. The fire destroyed 7 homes, caused a total of $28 million in damage. The teenagers are charged with 27 felony counts, including malicious fire setting.
So we're all going to stay inside this
think
weekend?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
seriously.
You've been talking some big numbers.
Some big numbers and some big concerns. We're talking about the wildfires burning, critical fire weather, a big part of the forecast, especially this weekend. A red flag warning is already in effect. We've been talking about those big numbers and the triple-digit heat in many areas. Then we've got the wind, we've got relative low humidities, and in some cases, even our mountain areas are looking at the threat of showers and even thunderstorms. So here's a look at those excessive heat warnings and the heat advisories that now remain in place until Monday. Even our coastal communities are impacted by these advisories and warnings as well. Really dangerous temperatures expected to exceed 100 degrees in many areas. That fire weather warning, this is the red flag warning. It applies all the way from Santa Barbara County to the portions of LA County. You can see the mountains of LA County included there as well. That continues until Saturday night. Ventura County, 107 degrees expected to be the high. Look for the triple digits to continue through the weekend.